But before we start, just want to say that I'm not sure how long this is going to be, because obviously I don't want to have the AC coming through. And it is hot out here today, so yeah. We'll see. Hold up, I gotta... Hold up. I just gotta comment on my Carl Sherburne, my personal story video, so had to heart that right quick. Alright. Scope is better than... Okay, yeah, that's why Optic couldn't even beat Ultra. Okay. Oh yeah, I gotta check the mic real quick as well. You know, hit it with that discount double check. Alright, there we go. Had to check that right quick, because I don't want it to, you know. Yeah, if I sound a little under the weather, it's just because of the AC blowing into the room. Well, it's not now, but you know. Alright, I did make a thumbnail for today, so. Hold up. Where's the... Oh, wait, yeah, it's right there, okay. Put that there. Yeah, I was thinking of streaming Battlefield 5. Maybe one day doing some shot controlling before Biomutant comes out, but, we'll have to wait and see for that. But, okay, there we go. I gotta get the thumbnail popping. So, it's not really... I mean, it's an okay thumbnail. I just kind of threw it together right quick. Wait for that to save. While that's saving, I'll hop over here real quick. I just gotta check that. They don't really update this game at all anymore, so, yeah. Like, this monthly thing still changes. But, yeah. Alright, so... YouTube... But yeah, there's not really much going on until... Biomutant comes out, so... Because I'm well, I might also get, the new Ratchet and Clank. But, I'm not sure. Because with that game, it's kind of like $70 for that. Because Biomutant is only... Hold on. Yeah, Biomutant is only 60. And it seems like they actually put a lot of effort into that. I mean, not that they didn't put a lot of effort into the new Ratchet and Clank as well, but... Alright. Okay, the chat will be open here in a second. Not that anybody, you know. But, Alright, just gotta wait for that to load. That. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'm also playing on my monitor right now, which doesn't really change anything, but... Alright. Oh yeah, for today, because apparently, well, I watched the tipster video, and well, and then through that I saw some of Joon the King's like apparently making a second part to the low tier god video, so we'll see. But when it comes to that, it's kind of like, I mean, you kind of know what he's gonna say already. Be like, low tier god has been harassing me and whatnot. So it's kind of just like there's no real reason to even make the video, to be honest. But because he's not gonna really have anything new to say. But it is what it is. Yeah, I don't know. Like the pea shooter in this game, the hit detection could be a little better. I'm not gonna lie to you, but the thing though with that is there is a ability that makes like I don't remember exactly what it says, but it's kind of aimbot for the pea shooter in a way. Like it makes it kind of seek out the enemies more, but it's not really worth it. Hold up, well, I'm trying to do this and this sucker's chatting. Alright. Why is it having me? Oh my god. Right. Skip. YouTube's always bringing up this trial bullshit. Hold up. Hold up, this is having a little struggle. I just had to reopen that bullshit. Because it, I don't know what was going on. But... yeah, not all that much to talk about today, but, because I could talk a little bit about Biomutant, I guess, but it's not, like, I haven't watched a lot of videos on it. Just enough to know that it's gonna be good, so. But that was my, plan going into this gen. To not, you know, watch any gameplay on games I might want besides, you know, just to see if it's worth getting, so. And Biomutant definitely looks like they put a lot of effort into it, so. It's probably going to be better than the new Ratchet and Clank, if I'm going to be honest. We'll see. Because I haven't really seen that many people talk about it besides, there's a couple people in the Gamer 2323's Twitch chat that were talking about it. I was saying it looked really good, so. I'll check it out. Well, play through the whole game. But if you don't know what it is, it's basically you play as kind of a mutated squirrel type thing, I guess. I don't know what they actually call it. But it's in... well, actually, I don't know if it's multiplayer or not. Like, if you could play with other people or if it's solo only. I'm not sure about that, to be honest. But, like, it's an RPG game at the very least. Like, you design your character, there's different classes and stuff, and different attributes. Oh, and it's actually one of those games where, like, you can design your character, but how you design them, is how... what the heck? That was weird. But, how you design your character is the kind of traits they have. Like, if you make them... you can make them buff and stuff. The character will have more strength. but then you lose out on other stuff. So that's kind of cool. That's why I had wanted to play. What was that game? There's this game that was free with PS Plus the 1 month, not that long ago. It was kind of like a Skyrim ripoff in a way, but it had the same character stuff like that. Unfortunately, I downloaded it and the controls were like really, really bad, like so bad that I couldn't even play it. Like it was absolutely terrible. I can't remember the name, but yeah, Biomutant definitely looking spicy. I'm not 100% sure what class. Well, I don't really know like the classes in depth, but from what I've seen, it looks like I'm gonna want to play a speedy character, either with the guns as their main thing, or the they call them like the psi powers or whatever, but it's basically just the mage class. So, because the way like the enemies look, it looks like being really speedy will be a nice way to go. So, because they got the basic, you know, like tank and everything, but I don't know. The one guy was saying like, "Oh, you gotta like, you want to play through it once before you figure out what you want your character to be or how the game like." You can literally just look at like not even a minute of the previews, and you can tell how the combat is going to be. It's going to be more reliant on, you know, movement and stuff. So that's why I think a speedy character will be the way to go. Oh yeah, and if you pre-order, you get the access to the ninja class right away or whatever. But I don't think that would be something I would even use. I mean, I'm going to pre-order it anyway. Like probably because it comes out on the 25th, probably like a day or two before it comes out. So, but I'm not watching any more about it. Like, gameplay wise, I saw like maybe a minute and a half total just to see how the combat is. Like, the person, one of the developers that was like showing the game off, the gameplay that I watched, I'm not gonna lie, uh, they didn't really seem like they knew how to play their own game. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, just like standing there and kind of just like they were completely lost. Oh yeah, and they didn't say, well, at least from what I watched, they didn't say anything about difficulty choices or whatever. So I assume it's probably just like a one difficulty thing. But we'll see. If you do get to pick a difficulty, we will be going on the hardest one right off rip. So there's games like that I actually want to play. Playing them on the hardest setting is the way to go. But the problem with that is you actually have to want to play the game. You know what I mean? So, because like a lot of these free-to-play games and stuff, I won't do that because it's kind of just like, eh. I'm probably only gonna play the game for like 30 minutes and then delete it anyway. So, like, but I don't know if it, well, my mic is really bad, so I don't know if it even sounds different. But I do have a slight cold at the moment, but my mic is so terrible you probably can't even really tell that much. But alright. make sure that's still working. Working hard or hardly working? Ha ha ha. Alright. But yeah, NIP. Well, to be fair, when they rematched Geronimo, I didn't watch the whole thing. Like, I stopped when it was like 14 to 11 or something like that. And then NIP won 15-14. I mean, they were the one with 14 right there, so. The teams, like, somebody on HOTV was saying, like, yeah, that just means the teams are really close. Because, to be fair, Anonymous should have won the rematch as well. But there were, like, several rounds that they threw. Or it was, like, 3v or 4v1. And they choked it, so it's kind of like... Because there were at least two major ones where they really screwed it up from what I saw. So in theory, if they didn't do that, they would have won the map, but... Again, but it is what it is. It's not like anybody really cares about Flashpoint anyway. Well, Biomutant every looking spicy. See, I don't know, that was my problem last gen. With a lot of games, I would watch too much gameplay before it came out. And then I'd be like, eh. The game would have to be like really good for me to want to play it a lot after that. But there were a few like that, you know, like The Division 1 and 2. Let me think. Like, I don't know. Oh yeah, Monster. Well, I don't remember how much of Monster Hunter World I watched before it came out. Because I got that, well actually technically I got that game like a day before it technically released. Because Amazon delivered it early. So, well I guess technically like a day and a half. If you count the midnight release. But that was pretty cool. But yeah, honestly, last gen, out of all the big games like that, Monster Hunter World was probably the best out of all the PS4 games that ever came out. Because that was one of, well, I technically didn't like get the plat because I used a game save to get the trophies for killing the large and small version of every monster, because those trophies are just RNG. So it's just like, yeah, all the other ones kind of take skill. Kinda. I don't really remember what a lot of them were, but yeah, I haven't played, because I stopped playing Monster Hunter World when they came out, well, before they came out with that expansion that they charged money for. Because when the game first came out, they're like, oh yeah, all updates will be free, and until Iceborne came out, I think it was called, all the updates were free, but then that came out, and they're like, oh yeah, we're going to charge for it now. And by the time that came out, I was already bored with the game anyway, because I had the Plat Trophy, and I had my character min-maxed, so there wasn't too much incentive. I know they're like, oh yeah, new monsters and stuff, but by the time you play the game that much, you're kind of just bored, because it takes forever to kill the monsters, even with the best stuff in the game. So I do still wish that the new one came out on PlayStation instead of just like the Switch. So I probably would have got that. It'll probably eventually make its way, but by the time that happens, I don't know if I'm gonna. Cause with something like that, it's pretty much just gonna be Monster Hunter World all over again for the most part, you know? Like the monsters will look different, but they're not gonna really add any spicy weapons or anything, you know? Like, for me to want to play that, they would have to, like, change it up and let you have, like, magic abilities and shoot fire and stuff. But yeah, this stream probably isn't going to be that long. But we'll see. Let's suck I used the barrel like it was going to kill a single thing. Yeah, Biomutant definitely, I mean, besides possibly getting Ratchet and Clank, because before I was thinking of getting that Dungeons and Dragons game that comes out mid-June sometime. But now that I'm getting, because I actually wasn't even aware Biomutant was a thing. So I found out about it and I'm like, oh, this actually looks pretty good. So and it's because the Dungeons and Dragons game is only $40. But from what I heard about it, it's basically just like a simple hack and slash, and there's no real end game. It's kind of just like there's different mission difficulties, and then once your character can go through the highest difficulty, it's kind of just like Outriders in a way. Which I'm probably not going to play Outriders anymore, but I still have it downloaded. But when it comes to Outriders, yeah, there's not really, and because in the end game, they really screwed it up because the legendaries all can drop from any mission. It's not like you got to do specific ones on specific difficulties for specific drop pools. Nope. Every mission has the same exact drop pool, just a higher chance on the higher difficulties for a legendary to drop. So that kind of ruins the end game because there's no incentive to make your character maxed out for the most part. I mean, my character pretty much is min-maxed outside of getting all my gear to level 50. I think pretty much everything is at level 49, or at least almost all is, except for like one thing. So we'll see. That's probably a waste of that right there, but oh well. Biomutant, so far, that I'm aware of, is the only game I'm gonna get the rest of the year until like sales and stuff. Because if there's a good sale on Returnal, I'll probably end up getting that game. And then I'm most likely gonna wait for a sale on Ratchet and Clank, but it does kind of depend a little bit. So, because Ratchet and Clank comes out what, June 22nd, which is almost a whole month after Biomutant. So, although like Outriders came out April 1st, and I'm still, well, kind of still playing that. A couple of days ago I played for the last time, for the most part. I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I really want to play the game anymore, but we'll see. I'm sure, because they fixed most of the glitches. There is still the glitch where you'll randomly die in one hit. Or take way more damage than you're supposed to, but that's what actually made me turn the game off last time. Because I had full health and just got killed in one hit. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm just gonna not play this anymore. But, it's a good game, though. I mean, it would. I say it's worth 60. I mean, if you like that type of game, I definitely got my $60 out of it. But like if it was 70, nah, I wouldn't suggest that. But at least it seems like a lot of these developers so far know their place and don't make their games 70. But like a lot of the games that came out when PS5 launched were 70, but that was just because they're like, oh yeah, there's barely any games, so we can finesse. People are gonna want a game for it, you know. But I mean, personally, I do think Godfall. I wouldn't say it was 100% worth 70, but it was pretty close. But you have to like the type of game, like, you know, as we all know, games like Outriders and stuff are one of my favorite game types. Like MMORPGs, except more or less. I don't want to say like closed off. I don't know if that makes sense, but like it's not an open world MMORPG. I mean, I guess you could call it that, but like I wouldn't really consider Outriders or like the Division 1 or 2 or Destiny like an open world MMORPG, because like in Destiny you have to travel between the planets. It's not like an actual entire open world. So like if there's loading screens between uh the areas and stuff, I don't really call that open world MMORPG. But, mods ban the person who stopped in for 2 seconds right there. I don't know why people even bother clicking on videos if they literally click off within half a second. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know if suckers like tune in, they're like, oh, he's not watching the entire bottom of the disturbing movie Iceberg on stream with Cold Raven commentary. So I'm gonna click off. It's like, you expected that? Okay. Whatever. Like, he's not streaming football for me to blatantly watch on YouTube, so we out. That was randomly. Have a slight cold. You know where it's not really like a cold, but just where your nose is slightly stuffed. But yeah, how long have we been going? Because this is probably like 30 minutes. I bet this is probably only gonna be like half an hour or so longer. So we'll see. Because, like I said, obviously I don't want to have the AC come to the mic, like, when's the redemption? But, I will definitely... Not yet, but, we'll see. Because right now I have just a basic fan on, so... Oh yeah, this is kind of, because it's not going to really be a long stream. I'm just chilling on some goofy thing like this, you know? Just to chill for a little bit. And I guess I just wanted a short video talking about the low tier god. That's funny. Like, low tier god likes to, or tries to pretend that he doesn't care about the June the King thing, but then he's also, like, as soon as he drops that new video, I'm gonna watch it right away. I can't wait. Like, okay. But, well, I get it, because it's hard to tell if low tier god is, like, serious sometimes, or if he's just doing it for views and stuff. Because he knows all these shenanigans will bring a lot of views to his channel. So, who knows? Joon the King. Joon the King. That's kind of funny because at this point, Joon the King has more subs than low tier god does. But, oh, he was low-key right, though. When he said he's just probably decided to do this now because his most recent video flopped and didn't really pop off like all the other ones. So that was some low-key truth from low tier god right there. So. All right, choose that. But yeah. Oh yeah, I'm probably not gonna use any more of the bulbs because we got the unlock. We didn't get the costume for unlocking everything, but I don't really care because it's just the scientist one, and I do use it a little more often because of the steam gun. But yeah, I just wish they added more stuff instead of just recycling it all after the first go through. But, alright, if you haven't noticed, the reason my character can breathe fire that long without recharging is just because I have a perk on whenever I catch an enemy on fire, it gives me instant cooldown for it. So. Like, you'll see the thing blink and then the red thing go down even though I'm still shooting. But yeah, the fire fly or whatever we're playing as is definitely the best character for this map. Because all 3 lanes are really congested. So. Quit snapping, get some ski. Although I do wish, because the triangle ability is kinda not the best. Oh, I didn't even notice there was another one out here. What the heck? Oh, whatever. But, yeah. I would like to see, I don't know if there's any videos of it on YouTube, but I would like to see 4 people using that pea shooter ability that gives you ammo back when you get a headshot. And, I would like to see them use that on the Yeti boss and see if you could, how fast you could kill it. Because if I had to guess, I would say you could most likely one cycle it pretty easy with that method. Because if it's just you well, not by yourself, but with 3 other people using that ability, you can literally get it down to half health. Or even farther down than that, depending on how far or how much damage the other people are doing. So, I was curious, I wasn't sure if it would bounce off the shield or there or not. Alright, let me get a little bit of health real quick. Alright. But, yeah. Like, overall, without, any upgrades, this character is definitely the best in the game, I would say, for this mode. But, like, if we're talking with upgrades, the pea shooter is probably the best with that Gatling upgrade. Because it can melt bosses super quick. Because this character does decent damage to bosses, but it's not, like, crazy. But no upgrades, this is definitely the best character. Full upgrades, pea shooter. And then, see, with the zombies, for this mode, they kind of lack in comparison. Because they don't really have... I mean, they have the engineer that can regen ammo when he's by his turret, but the turret dies pretty easily. So, yeah, for like op mode, plants are definitely better. Like fully upgraded overall. Because you can pretty much... Well, the swarm is bad for both plants and zombies. Like that character, I don't know why they added it. It's kind of a... I mean, I'm sure it's probably like dummy crazy if you have a bunch of people in multiplayer, because everyone that's near either like a plant like that or a teammate swarm, then you get an armor bonus, so they're probably extremely annoying if you utilize it like that. But well, then obviously, like with the zombies, the pirate is definitely the worst, and with the plants, the rose is probably the worst, because the goat ability takes way too long to come back. The damage boost ability doesn't really boost damage that enough. And then, its regular shot isn't really that good either. The only thing it does have is, if you have the perk on to where when you use the triangle ability you regen health, that's pretty good, but the thing with that is that it takes too long to come back, so it's not really the best. But yeah, all of or both sides have the blatantly obvious worse ones. Like, we can do a quick tier list low-key after this round is over. I realize I should probably cycle that better, you know, like wait till my fire breath is about to be overcharged. And then use the other abilities, but it's not really that big of a deal. Alright, but yeah, I'll do a quick tier ranking of the characters real quick after. Then after that, I'll probably only do one more and then get off, because this was just a quick rundown. I'm curious, 151? Bet. Alright. Now we'll rank them like individually by side. Well, this is just for op mode because I haven't really played the multiplayer at all, especially after they nerfed the Sunflower. So, but yeah, Pea Shooter definitely S tier, especially with reload Gatling. Chomper, I would say Chomper is probably B tier, along with the, well, they actually changed this guy now, because his butter ability used to only show enemies through walls, but now it actually boosts damage against the enemies that are affected by it. So he's actually, because he would normally be a lower tier, but like Chomper and Colonel Corn are both B tier. Nightcap, I would say, is A tier. I actually need to, one second. Where's the yeah, piercing power? I actually need to. Hold up. See, Shadow Tribute is actually. Hold up. Like, eh. I'm gonna take that off. If it. Shadow Tribute. And, take that off. See, that piercing power used to be better than that. It used to just feed ammo into. But, I don't know if Fearless is good or not, but. Alright. And then Snapdragon's obviously S tier. Cactus, like, without the perks I have on it right now, it's definitely absolute F tier, like worst of the worst. But with Popcorn and Pressure Point, I would say it's more of a C tier character. Like, not as good as Colonel or Chomper, but not like absolutely useless. But when you're in the C tier, that the part where you gotta rely on the other people not being terrible, or you will get screwed over. But with Popcorn and Pressure Point, it's not too difficult, but yeah. Citron, his damage is not good, but I would definitely put him in the A tier because he's supposed to be a tank, and he's definitely the best tank, especially when you have it set up with the health regen delay perk and health regen perk. So you can just get your health back super quick when you put your shield up. But Acorn, like the Acorn itself, is definitely F tier, like a really really bad character. But like the tree is obviously. Well, I would put the tree in the well, kind of in between B and C tier, to be honest, because he's not so bad where you definitely need help, but he's not as good as the Citron tank-wise. So I would definitely put the tree in C tier, but the Acorn is in F tier because it's basically, there's no reason to ever be in Acorn mode. Sunflower used to be S tier before they nerfed it, but nowadays it's kind of just like, I mean, it has the shove, so you can like shove enemies off the edge too, but yeah, unfortunately, because what is that perk called? Because yeah, right there, Blossom used to only be 3 perk points, and now it's 5, so yeah, that kind of bullshitted the Sunflower. Because I don't know, they never nerfed like anything else really outside of the. They made the Nightcap Triangle ability worse, but that was because it would literally kill every enemy in the game instantly in PvP. Rose, I would definitely put in a F tier because, like I was saying earlier, the goat ability takes too long to come back, and the Rose's DPS is so terrible. It doesn't really have much support value either, so it doesn't really do support relevantly. So it's definitely F tier. And then Swarm, as I was saying, is 100% F tier. Like, I don't know why they even put it in the game. It's just a troll character. But then over here, Foot Soldier, it used to be top tier in the first 2 games, but in this game it's literally F tier. Like, pretty much unusable. Imp, like, once you get Mech Hunter and Energize right there, it's definitely an S tier character because you can always be in the mech no matter what. And Super Brains, I would say he's an A tier character, slightly not S just because his DPS isn't the best, but he has really good crowd control. So 80s action hero, he's definitely one of those like in between B and C tier characters because his DPS is I, but it's not like, and his stupid like mark gimmick doesn't really do anything. It's not really relevant ever. But electric slide, I would say, is, well, partially it kind of depends on the map for op mode, but we put electric slide in S tier because especially when you have cooling sparks and then vampiric, because it makes you get your tornado back right away. And you can also use the they nerfed it. What's the ability called? Hold up. Funky Bouncer. They nerfed that. It used to like carry the enemies really far, but you can still just use that to carry a whole mob off the edge and insta-gib them all. So definitely S tier. Pirate, I would put this in D tier. It's worse than the Cactus, but it's not total F tier. But you definitely do need reliable teammates that aren't terrible. All-Star, not really that good in this game. His DPS is terrible, and he's not really the best at tanking. But I would definitely make him a C tier character. Space Cadet, definitely, well, in the regular mode, it's not really that good, but everybody transforms it. So it's definitely an, well, yeah, I would still put this character as an S tier character when you're transformed into the actual thing. But Scientist is definitely, well, I guess because he can heal and stuff, so I would say he's a D tier character without the Steam Blaster, but with the Steam Blaster, I would say he's definitely an S tier character. But you have to have the Steam Blaster, because it makes his damage really good, and then he can heal and teleport and heal himself. So, yeah. S tier if you have that. An Engineer, he's an S tier character if your teammates kind of know what the turret does and it feeds them ammo without having to reload. But usually that's not the case, so I would put him in the A tier, like total overall. So really good character because he basically never has to reload. So the Wizard, before they nerfed him, he was definitely S tier because he's a support. But now I would put him in high B tier. But because his DPS isn't really that good. But like the two-headed dragon perk is a must. And like Outer Alchemist is pretty good, so I don't remember what is this one. Oh, I mean that's just there to be there, but and then Swarm is, well, see, when you have Dinner for Two and Zero Chill unlocked, I would put the Swarm in D tier instead of F tier. But yeah, because Dinner for Two outputs a okay amount of damage if you hit both of them. But and Zero Chill's alright for taking out the weak mobs. So I would put TV Head at D tier if you have all the stuff. But yeah, those are the tier rankings. But I'm just gonna do one more and then get off. Oh yeah, what was that game? Hold up. Because I've been playing, well, I beat the game, but what was this game called? It was a oh yeah, King Oddball. It was a free-to-play game a long time ago. It's a, I shouldn't know. Yeah, whatever, don't matter. But, okay, these people are not playing. But, yeah, it was called King Oddball. It's basically, it's kind of like an Angry Birds ripoff in a way. Like, you play as this giant King Rock that throws rocks and stuff. And you gotta destroy tanks and stuff. So it's basically just a little puzzle game. It was actually not bad. I beat the story mode and like the grenade challenge thing, but the game doesn't have a plat trophy, so there's no incentive to do the rest of the stuff. Because there's like a one rock challenge, and then like a diamond challenge thing, and apparently like a secret world, but I didn't bother looking up any of that stuff, because but beating the regular story mode was cool. Then at the end there's like the Well, the tank boss was kind of not really that good. I should pay attention to what map it is so I know what to pick. Because electric slide is only really relevant on maps where you can throw things off the edge. But yeah, when you have these two perks, the imp is definitely, like I was saying, S tier by far. But when you're not in the mech though, like he's not that bad. Like he's definitely way better than the acorn. Probably like a B tier, just because he has barely any health. And his movement is good, but I don't think it's good enough to warrant only having 75 health. You know what I mean? I don't know why I threw that at that terrible angle, but whatever. Yeah, I get the perk. Every shot I land gives me more recharge for the thing. So, and then every single enemy I hit with that gives me not only health back, but gas in the tank. The only thing though with this character, like the missile attack doesn't really output as much damage as you would think. Like it's not terrible, but personally I think they should have buffed it for this mode. Not the like multiplayer, but that's the problem with this game. They always have it to where they balance everything around the multiplayer instead of having the stuff balanced differently for this mode. So, yeah. That's the problem with a lot of games, though. They don't understand that the PvE should be balanced differently than the PvP. You see that? That sucker missed the rocket from 2 inches away. I'm dead. That sucker's like, I got him! Missed. You're definitely not good, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I can't lie to you, bro. You missed from 2 inches away. Yeah, because as long as you play it decently, with these perks, the imp literally will never lose the mech at all. Sometimes you get unlucky and your teammate like wipes the last enemies when you needed some recharge, but it is what it is. But for the most part, after you get the mech once, you oh wait, no, that's a lie, because they changed it, and when the boss round starts, you're instantly taken out of the mech no matter what, which I think is kind of stupid, but you actually do have to charge it a second time, but it's not really, I don't really count that, to be honest. And the slam actually comes back, like see that 8 seconds? That's actually not bad. Like a lot more abilities in the game could do with coming back that quick. But, like you think if they're not going to add anything to the game, or like you don't even have to make a different mode, just change how fast the abilities come back in this mode to make it crazy. But oh, they could have like a special, try to make like a special thing where your abilities do way less damage, but they are basically infinite, and have like a 1 second recharge. Well, they never really added many gimmick op. Like they have the one op thing that they do sometimes, where it's like it gives everybody a random character to play as instead of getting to pick, but that's not really that crazy. Because if it gives you like the worst character in the game, you can literally just leave and then rejoin. And trust me, nobody that understands the character rankings in this game wants to play as, like, the Swarm or the Pirate. I mean, the Pirate, like, the Swarm is the only, like, character that's boring to play as. The Pirate and Cactus are actually not bad to play as. It's just, since they're not that good damage-wise, or tier-wise, whatever you want to say, it's a bad idea to play as them because the people, you know, playing with you may or may not be good enough to carry, and then they might also be playing as the bad characters, so it's just like, yikes. But I mean, for the most part, you can tell if the person is going to be decent by what character they pick. If they pick some garbage character, you know they don't know what they're doing, for the most part. Like, they could be good, and they're just trying to level the stuff up, but that's why you also got to be like, boom, and check. Like if it was this person, you could cut him some slack, but if it was one of these people, it's like, yeah, that's kind of cringe, because you should already know. That's funny, like, I say that, and both those people are playing one of the worst characters in the game. But, because then you can tell, like, this person and that person are just both very low IQ. Because they're almost level 500, and they literally are still playing one of the lowest tier characters. But, you can cut this, Sans guy. Sans in whatever. Well, speaking of that, that game with Sans in it was on sale. I can't even remember what it's called now, but I know, I've seen gameplay of that game a lot, and it just doesn't look fun. Like, you're basically just maneuvering a little heart around obstacles on a tiny screen. So it's not really of interest to me. Because if your game's going to be kind of, like, cringe like that, the combat has to be really good. And trust me, I don't care about the story in your game, for the most part. But, like, that one video, I actually recently watched it, where the guy was talking about, like, Last of Us 2 and stuff, but he was saying how, like, Last of Us 1 had, like, the perfect setup. Like, it made you care about the characters and actually want to play the story and stuff. Unlike most other games. But, it's kind of funny though, like, people in the comments of, or games, videos like that, will be like, oh my goodness, you're so right, and then like 2 minutes later, they'll be in the comments of, somebody's Twitch channel saying, oh yeah, oh my goodness, Red Dead is so good, like, oh, okay. Even though you just watched the video of the guy roasting Red Dead Redemption 2, and saying that, Rockstar's formula is absolutely terrible now. But, like, oh yeah, it's still a good game, but, like, okay. But yeah, Red Dead 2 just never appealed to me, because, like I've said it before, well now, I don't know if he even made a video about it himself, but, Undertaker Freak 1127 is how I got my copy of Grand Theft Auto 5 on PS4, because he did a giveaway for it, and I actually won it too, which was kind of crazy. But unfortunately, his channel, and then, I don't know if he's made a third one, but like that and his UTF drumming channel are apparently all wiped off of YouTube now. He deleted them. Like, obviously we all knew his original one was gone, but because I went to check on it not that long ago, and it was completely, UTF drumming didn't exist anymore, so I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know if he made like another goodbye video or not, but I know there's that one guy I follow, like if he returns, that guy will probably make a video about it. I can't remember his YouTube name now, but... Alright. It's like Damien Nightfire, or was it Damien Skyfire? I think it was Damien Skyfire, that's his YouTube name, but yeah, he's a guy beef with UTF and stuff. You're not letting me use my ability because of the chomper, right? Alright. But, I was gonna say that punch should, it was like a delayed death. I should probably get down here because these people. Yeah, you do. Okay, nice lag spike. Alright, but can't. Like, what is that guy shooting at? He's just like standing there holding the button down, not even aiming at anything. Because can't trust these people to where to keep them off a point. One, because they're playing the lowest tier characters in the game. Two, well, they're clearly not really that bright. So. But you see that a lot in this game, is the people that just let them swarm all over the point and kill it. Like, they'll be way off over there, and it'll be down to like 10%. I was like, oh, I can't believe we lost. Oh. Okay. Pull up. I do think the mech should be able to back away from that breath, though. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I'm gonna get off after this round's over. See what's up on YouTube or Twitch and stuff. So. Like, that guy was gonna take a half hour to kill the rose. I'm not gonna lie to you. And see, for shooting missiles, that damage is not really that good. But alright, there we go. I do wish you could, like, do the abilities or shoot at the same time. Like, when the missile is going, I do think you should be able to. I'm just gonna do this right here, even though it's kind of a stupid idea. Just to do it. Because it's right at the end. I like how it says the game. I just noticed that. YouTube says the game I'm playing is Biomutant. Even though I don't have that in the tags at all. It's just in the title. The Biomutant waiting room. So I don't get why. You think YouTube would be able to detect what you're actually using. But I don't know. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get off because it is starting to get warm in the room again. So, like, it's not unbearable or anything, but like if I was playing Biomutant, I would definitely still be playing. But let me check these right quick. Let me just if this is revive. I was gonna say if it's something simple, I'll do that right quick. But the revive teammates, yeah, that's not gonna work. Chiefy Chief. But yeah, like if they actually, made these prize maps different and not recycle them, yeah. See, I could keep going and try to get this, but to be honest, that costume, I wish it would. But that costume is definitely, really? Okay, let me just re-enter it. Oh, you're too, okay. It's definitely not as good as this one. And it's definitely better. Like, I can even, let me grab this right quick. Just tries to jump away, and it gives you something really good. No, I was kidding. But, see, it actually looks pretty good. With the purple and the gold, it's actually pretty nice. Not gonna lie. Definitely one of the better costumes in the game. Although I do still think this is the best costume in the game because it's one of the. You had to buy it with the rainbow stars, and it's the only one that I ever bought. I definitely still think it's the best I've ever seen anyway in the game. Like there are a few that come close, but none of these ones in here. But, oh, it literally just refreshed. That seems like a good deal. What the heck? Oh wait, never mind. That's just the upgrade stuff. Thorn. I forgot what. I don't remember what the thorn apart thing does. I'm actually gonna look at that real quick. Because I know this guy's was a yeah, that like that isn't terrible, but yeah. It's just definitely not really the best. Yeah, I don't remember. It's definitely not good if it's not on that. Oh yeah, that's just gain an attack that is charged with Jinx, Arcane Enigma, and Godify. Uh, I remember trying that. It was terrible. But let me see something. Oh yeah, I actually did. Oh, what is this one? Oh, I mean that's actually not too bad. But hold up real quick. And we'll keep that. We'll keep the drip. We'll go with that. Change it up a little bit. Let me see something. I don't remember. It's not bad. Yeah, he just does that, and then it's kind of cool. But the bad thing is, it doesn't let you just do it right away. Like, you should be able to do that and then press right trigger, but there's a big delay. Like you can do that, like you can go like that right away, like dashing it up, but you can't. Actually, let's. I want to try that real quick, low key. I don't know how good that's gonna be. I don't know if they like made it better or worse. But let's see. I just want to try. I'm probably not gonna finish the whole match. I just want to try it. Well, I might. It depends. Hopefully it's zombies. Okay. Let's see. Cause I saw somebody using it not that long ago, so I don't know. Alright, the very start? Bet. Alright, let's see. Unfortunately, with this setup, we don't have anything that gives us health back. So, we'll see. I just want to try it real quick. I'm probably going to leave after, like, the first round or so. So, like, the wombo combo, you hit him with that, and you hit him with that. I don't know how good that is going to be, but we'll see. Alright, let's test this out. Oh, it doesn't even... I thought it would travel through enemies, so it's actually not... It's pretty shitty. Yeah, that's why I didn't use it. But, I thought if it traveled through enemies, then it would be better, but that's pretty bad. That's the same thing with the All-Stars tackle. In this game, they made it so it doesn't go through enemies anymore. So you don't really get much out of it. But, oh yeah, that's going to be all for now. I'm going to get off, so. Might stream later, but, I mean, if I do, I don't know. It'll probably be, like, Killing Floor 2 or something. Maybe Outriders a couple last times or something, but I don't know. That's all for now. Shout out to Work Week or anybody else who came through. We out.